Hey guys, welcome back to yet another banger. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, so today the video that I think is long overdue but on time, I am going to give a testimony from 0 to 100, from 0 to hero. Like I'm not gonna take all the credit, but I just have a story to tell. How I went from nothing to where I am today, and the power of manifestation and prayer. I'm joking, man. Why am I doing that? Like, I'll watch myself and be like, why? Anyways, so I was in Tsumeb 2021. So I finished school in 2020. And then 2021, I went to Tsumeb. So initially, I was supposed to go out of the country, but then due to whatever reasons, I didn't go. So I ended up in Tsumeb. I went to do AS level. And then AS level was punching. Now, the true story is that I didn't have the 3 C's that were required. I only had an A and a C, and then I think D's and an E, I think. Something like that. But so they said no at the beginning of the year. They were like, no, even if you have a D, you can just come through. Like, you can have 2 C's and 1 D. You can still pull through AS, whatever. So in the middle of the year, they were like, no, if you don't have if you don't have those 3 C's, you're not gonna write final exams. So it's like, how am I gonna go to school for the whole year and not end up writing an exam? Like, why did I go to school the whole year then, you get? So I decided to just drop out. And then, like, they said you can go to grade 11, but I wasn't going to redo grade 11 or something like that, man. There was just a story, but it was not clear. So I just stopped going to school, honestly. It was not the best decision I've made. Oh, not the best decision I made. So I was in Tsumeb. I was living with relatives and whatnot. And I'm not trying to badmouth anybody or anything. Disclaimer. Sorry, who gives a disclaimer in the middle of the video? But I'm not trying to badmouth anybody. I'm not trying to make anybody look bad or look better than the other. But I'm just trying to tell my story the way I remember it and the way I experience it from my point of view. With that said, let's continue. So I met somebody. Oh yeah, by the way, I became Christian. I got baptized beginning of the year and everything. So I was going to church now and everything. And I ended up now dropping out of school. And I was just home. I was living with my younger sister. I was home. I started doing hair, butterfly locks, trying out different things. I wanted to also start doing nails. Like, I just wanted to make some money, like, you know. And it wasn't like there was pressure to make money. I just wanted to do something, actually, because at the time my mom was taking care of my sister and I. Okay, cool. So fast forward, I get a boyfriend, and yeah, like, I wasn't schooling, so I would spend like a lot of time with him, like, you know. And then I started sleeping over. Now this is 2021, eh? So I was sleeping over and what. And like, then the people told my dad or something, or my aunt, like, yeah, like, you know, the story came out that the girl is having a boyfriend. And fast forward, I got kicked out. I had nowhere to go. It was in the night. Now you're probably thinking, where's that boyfriend? So my boyfriend was like, I can't go to his place, because if I go to his place, everybody's just gonna be like, yeah, you see what we're saying. You see. So I was on the streets like maybe until like 10 o'clock or whatever. Then I called my friend Keisha and I told her, brah, I got kicked out. This is the situation. And then she said, okay, cool, you can come to my place. So I went, I took my bags, because now the elders can't know that I'm kicked out. I'm just going for a sleepover. So I took my bags to my boyfriend's place and I just packed like an overnight bag type of thing. And I went to sleep at her place and I stayed at her house for like 2 weeks, man. Yeah. And then I moved in with my dad's girlfriend at the time. Cool. It was okay, like, you know, when I went to stay at Kisha's house, they really treated me like family. I didn't feel out of place. I didn't feel like I didn't belong or whatever. Like I really cherish all of that. I appreciate it to this day. And my mom and I at the time had a disagreement. I don't remember about what, but yeah, my mom and I were not in contact. So I was literally alone, or like, yeah. And then from there on, I went on to live with my stepmother and all of that. And I was still with this guy. And then from there, I got a job. I had to look for a job because I was like, this hair thing, this business thing, it ain't doing it, hey? So I went to look, I made a CV, I went to print out my CV, I went to give in my CV at different places, and I got employed at Pep stores. On the 1st of October, I don't remember, but I got employed at Pep stores. I worked there up until December. Oh, I also applied to the University of Management, which is IUM. I applied there so that now 2022 I can come to school and come do stuff. No, so I told my dad that I want to live in Oshakati, or is it Tongodika? In the north, basically in the north. I wanted to stay in the north because it's cheaper. Accommodation is really cheaper in the north, guys. You know, and compared to Walvis Bay, and it's closer to Tsumeb as well. But my dad was like, "No, why do you wanna be there? Who do you know there? You must just go to Walvis Bay because that's where you finished your high school." Like, you know. So I said, "Okay, cool. That's what's gonna happen." So yeah, I worked up until somewhere in Jan, and then I had to like retire or resign. I had to resign and then come to school. Now, when I left Sumeb, my dad was not there. He was in another town for work. And he told me, I'm coming to Walvis Bay. I'm going to stay at this uncle's house for 1 week. And then while I'm in Walvis Bay, I need to look for at least like a bedroom where I'm going to stay, because now it's student accommodation. It's not, in Walvis Bay, there isn't a lot of student accommodation. There isn't any, actually. So I have to look like for a room that I'm going to rent, that he's going to pay for, where I'm going to stay at. I started doing that, bruh. I went to view places. When I got here and the living condition, it depressed me. And then again, I'm just saying that I'm not trying to belittle anybody's situation or whatever, but I'm just trying to be honest and tell my story from this vessel. The situation depressed me. Oh yeah, I forgot to add, before I came to office by now in 2022 last year, my mom and I made up and whatever, and I told her I'm going to study and what, and I need money and whatever, and she asked me how much I need. I think I said 2,500 or something. That's all I asked for, and she sent it to me, and I got like some few stuff like cosmetics and whatever that I needed to get before like I go. And I don't know, my phone got stolen like the night before I traveled. So the next day I had to literally buy a tama. The signs of life going down started. That should have been the first sign, but it's okay. After that, I was in Walvis Bay. The situation, I remember calling Kisha every day and crying. I'm not a crybaby. Not that I'm not a crybaby, but I just don't know how to do it. So I hardly cry. But I was crying a lot. My feet may fail and fears run true, and never fail, and you won't start now. Crying a lot. My skin was breaking out. I was just going through it because I'm living in a house with people that I've met for the first time. Yes, they are family, but you know, when you're living in a relative's house, none of my parents are sending money to this house, especially at the start. None of my parents were sending money for food or anything like that. And like, I was just in this shell where when I cook, then they would complain that I'm fancy or I'm bougie. I like cooking what, I'm wasting. And then when I don't cook, you know, guys, just like a lot of things were just being said. And like when I'm in the bedroom, I can literally hear. I can hear what is being said. And like they would say stuff like, yeah, she what, and so many things that were just so, they were killing me inside, honestly. Fine, I stayed there up until June, and then I had to drop out of college because my dad could not keep up with the tuition fees because he does business and all of that. Now I am out of school. Now I need a job once again. I start looking for a job. So now, like, it was approaching my birthday, and my mom and I spoke, and my mom was like, you need to move out of there ASAP. Like, you need to pack your bags and go. Like, where you are right now, that is no, girl, I don't want you to be there. Basically, my mom was saying, that is never the life I imagined for you. I think those were her words. That's not the life I imagined for you. That is not the life I want for you. I need you to get your stuff, get your shit together. I'm going to pay your rent for 2 months. In those 2 months, you need to get a job. And we were talking, and we finalized that Swakopmund would be best, because just to get out of everything, because I was in such a hole and I needed to like escape. So I moved. Oh, also boyfriend story, whatever, we broke up. I moved to Swakopmund, and now I'm looking for work. I'm going to talk about the 1st of August. I'm looking for work, guys. I can't find a job. Every single day I would stand up and go to town and go look for work. Go to the same places where I gave my CV. Ask them if they still don't have an opening. Ask them if they don't need any assistant. Every single day I was doing that. And one day my best friend Selma called me and she said, bro, what you doing? I'm like, nothing much. I'm looking for work. Yeah. And she's like, don't you want to work at a school like where I work, but like, it's not like the pay is a lot. And she told me they just pay this much in a day, but you only get paid at the end of the month. But that's like, you get paid according to the number of days you work. Don't you want to do this job? And I was like, girl, I will take it. I took it out. The job was in Belfast. I was living in Swakop. So it was a commuting situation, but I took it. I made the most of it. End of September, I got a job in September. So the whole of August I was job hunting. I got a job in September. End of September, I moved into where I'm currently living. That was last year. I moved into where I'm currently living. This is Minas. And yeah, I also went to get my younger brother from Windhoek, and we started living together. And like, you know, my mom, obviously she's been supporting us through it all, not just because of whatever, but because my younger brother is also with me, you know, so she's been helping us out with a lot of stuff. But basically, I started like, bathing hot water to me became such a luxury. Like like taking hot showers was something that I cherished. I'm telling you guys, eating porridge and milk, I thank God. I still do. But when I first moved in here, those were things that I cherished. Those were things that I would like, guys, I would eat bread and just be grateful. Because where I was coming from, even bread, even my pots, I was so grateful for my pots, because when I first moved in, I didn't even have a pot. I was so grateful, like, for so many things. I am still grateful for it, but I'm just saying, like, in that moment when it happened, I would go down on my knees and just thank God, you know. Even when I bought my bed, yo, I used to sleep on the floor. Like, I have this pink blanket. You'll see it in the video that I'm going to post. That pink blanket, I had to sleep on that pink blanket and cover myself with that pink blanket. And I had one pillow that I came with from my blanket and my pillow. And I have to sleep on that in that cold weather of soccer moon, you know. And this is not a sad pity story. This is a story of like, anything can happen. What's meant for you is not gonna pass by you. You get. So like, yeah. And last year my salary was enough, but this year, since my friend left, I took like some of her hours, her working hours, and I started getting paid a little bit more, and I could do more. And that's when I started investing in myself now, because I have fully satisfied whatever that I was deprived of like last year. Yeah. So now I started doing my lashes and doing my nails and buying myself clothes and actually just going out to the club and spending my own money and not necessarily waiting on anybody to do that. And just started taking my brother out on dates and everything and everything. Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Fine. How are you?
Fine. So what are you getting?
Milkshake.
Chocolate milkshake and what? What are you eating?
I don't know.
You have to pick from there or there. There's also pizza the other side there. So you have to pick.
What are gonna eat this pizza?
The milkshake.
Oh, milkshake. First,
Or do you want cold drink?
milkshake.
And then I met a man. And he took me from there to there. But I'm not, like I'm saying, I'm not trying to bad mouth anybody. And then after, when I left the relationship, something happened. And then after that, I went into a depressive state. I think, I'm not sure, because I don't feel like I did. But for me, I feel like I went through a healing stage. Yeah. And then now I'm back. And I'm here to stay. Yeah. I really hope my story motivates somebody that is going through something. And like, you should just know, like, when you feel like that's the lowest, that's when you should know that your blessing is near. I know people say, but I'm talking out of experience. When you're at your lowest, like where you're like, after this, there isn't lower. That is when you should know that your blessings are about to skyrocket. So yeah, guys, if you have reached this part of the video, it is officially Kiel. It is officially the end. Tell me if you guys actually want more of my story times, because guys, I have a lot of stories, and it's not really just about like boyfriend stories, whatever, but like I have life stories. Like, as a firstborn, I think it's too much. But yeah, so if you guys want more content like this, just comment down below or whatever. Share the video, like, guys, tell a friend to come and watch, because maybe my story might just be what they need to get out of where they are, or it might just be their wake-up call or your wake-up call. Anyways, I love you guys, to the moon and back into the moon again.